this is my review of King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong. So let's start with the review. So I keep saying so, and it's really bad. Okay, moving on. King Kong or Godzilla versus Kong, in my books, is like an 8 to 9 out of 10. It's basically an 8.5 out of 10 on my MonsterVerse movies. It, of course, there are a lot of things I like about it, but there are only maybe, and there's a lot of things I love about it, and there are very few things I like about it. You know, I'm just nitpicking at that point. That my score is just a little nitpicky. That's it. You can take that 8.5 and turn it to a 9 because this is the best dang monster movie I've seen so far. So a lot of the elements of the Kong versus Godzilla battle is very heavily, implied that there's a war against Godzilla's kind and Kong's kind. There's a lot about that in the video, or not the video, the movie, and that they have tried to kill each other before. Like literally in the Hollowed Earth, there is a skeleton of either a previous Godzilla or maybe one of his ancestors or relatives. It's basically a corpse of a Godzilla, I think. That's what I believe. And so yeah, that's the thing. That's how far they've gone into rivalries. Now let's get into some deeper parts about the movie. The human plot. I loved one of them human plots. The other one, not so much. Let me explain. Because one human plot, it basically has this cool element of being involved into the story, while the other is basically on the sideline, along with one of the characters that I think should have been a little bit more involved, Mechagodzilla, because he's not on camera for very long, and he only comes out at the end of the movie. Oh, I probably should have given a spoiler alert. Well, you already knew about Mechagodzilla, by the way. So, spoiler warnings. Spoiler warnings everywhere. Oh my god. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. This is a spoiler alert. This is a spoiler warning. Get out of here before you leave, before you die. Yes, you will die. Inside. Probably. I don't know. There, your spoiler warning. So, let's get on to the main human plot, which is basically that Monarch has been monitoring, King Kong. King Kong has been staying at Monarch's bases to get away from Godzilla, who might be tracking him. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how they, immediately just went over there and took him out, or how long that was, or at one point they did it at. Oh, by the way, before I continue any further, I would like to say, for the record, of course I'm going to advertise. So, uh, if you like what you're seeing so far and, want to help me out, I'd recommend subscribing. I'm a very small channel and I'd like your help to grow because at this point every subscriber matters. And, well, I could use your help to, grow a little bit bigger. Now, of course, liking the video is very important as well, and I believe you should do it because, well, mostly because liking the video and watching it through, uh, will get me through the recommendations. That's how it works for YouTube. So if you can help me with that, we could probably be able to reach more of the MonsterVerse fans and begin to work in theories and hopefully come up with a full theory on like how Hollowed Earth works, how the Titans are formed, and what everything about the Hollow Earth is, and hopefully what we hope to hope what we hope gets done with it, because we don't get a big taste into what the Hollowed Earth can do. We can get a bigger taste. Maybe a new movie, maybe with King Kong as the star. I'd imagine it. Kong, Hollow Earth. I can't think of titles. So yeah, share this to people. That's basic. So yeah, share this to people, and well, if you're a part of the MonsterVerse, if you're a fan of the MonsterVerse, uh, tell me your theories in the comments below. I would love to listen to them. Since we're a small channel, uh, I will probably be able to reply to you guys a lot easier than other channels. Like, have you seen the other big YouTubers? They can't respond to every single one of them. While you guys, you don't really comment much, you know? The most commented video had like 18 comments, and they were mostly just from. Sorry, I dropped the coin. Sorry for that interruption. I was messing around with the coin. My bad. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes. So yeah, the comments came from like around 3 specific people, and I thank you for commenting. Because I haven't gotten that many comments in a long time, if any. Because I have replied to almost all the comments that I've seen. Eventually, I am a little slow since sometimes I just completely leave, and it's mostly because I'm watching other videos, or I get too distracted in my day-to-day life that I completely forget that my channel it has videos, and I'm a YouTuber sometimes. It's because I'm not very used to having to upload every day and things like that. So if you're wondering where I was helping out with some friends. We were doing some things, we were having some fun. I was sorry. It's just I was doing some things outside of YouTube. Hope you guys don't mind. And let's continue. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Uh, it helps me out, and it costs nothing towards you. Uh, what else would those guys say? They say they just usually bring up statistics. So why don't I bring up statistics? Hold on. Statistic times. Statistics. 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 Funny. Funny. Yes. Sorry. Wrong image. Wrong image. So, I think it's like a statistic before. I don't remember. But, I just want to say, yeah, not a lot of people subscribe when they first watch these videos. And they usually do it because they either find me boring or not interesting. Now, if you guys find me interesting and, not boring, please subscribe and like and comment. I really want to hear your ideas. I need to hear your ideas. I've been trapped in my room for 19 years. I'm joking. But I would love to hear your theories on some of the aspects of the movie and what you think of them. Now back to the review. Oh my god. What changed? Eh. Okay. So, where was I? Oh yeah, human plot and why didn't I didn't like some of it. My haircut is just gross. My bad. No, I'm getting rambling. I'm rambling. Mostly because my brain is turning off. Okay. So, the human plot. So yeah, God, if you watch the movie, you'll know by now. So yeah, so one of the human plot is very involved in the movie, while the other one is just there for the Mechagodzilla side of it. It's basically like a conspiracy theory side. It's like, okay, so I think Apex is doing this weird, crazy thing with and is attracting Godzilla and making him, blast these places up, lighting it up, you know, shining bright like a diamond. Just like, bruh. Just, yeah, because I don't like that's the part of the movie that I could have felt been incorporated differently, or maybe, put aside other. It could have been they could have taken those characters out and then plucked that story into an aspect of maybe the, the main human story, because those guys weren't on screen for too long, not too long. They didn't bring up, huge movie plots except Mechagodzilla himself, and then that was pretty much it. Well, it's basically more on the Apex side of it, while the other side's the Monarch. Now let's go on and continue through the review. So, the human part, loved it. absolutely great. And yeah, that's my so yeah, the movie the movie's like an 8.5 out of 10 if you're nitpicky, and a 9 out of 10 if you know in general. It basically near around that point if you round up. Sorry, I've just completely lost my train of thought because of that coin. Okay, give me a moment. I'll begin to. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go refocus my brain a bit. So yeah, so the human plot for one of them is very involved in the monster side of the plot, and while the other is only really effective for the corporate business evil corporation side of the plot. Now let's get on to the monster plot. So we have been given evidence that Godzilla and Kong have had an ancient rivalry. We don't know how long. I would suggest maybe tens of thousands of years ago, maybe even hundreds, maybe even millions of years ago, because they do not like each other. We've seen a full body, a full either Godzilla or ancestor of Godzilla inside of a throne room in the hollowed earth, and we that basically just this that basically screams I don't like Godzilla from Kong's ancestors. And yeah, I mean I don't know how forward you can get other than stabbing or killing Godzilla again, you know, which he almost does because King Kong, the way they show that time is gone, that the Titans have aged a bit is very very detailed, with Kong growing a beard and having battle scars on his chest. We can tell that time has passed. Now for Godzilla, it's for his unusual amount of ugly, because Godzilla used to look ugly before, but now he looks a little bit extra ugly, if not a little bit more. So yeah, Godzilla looks a lot older. He looks a lot more battle scarred, like he has gone through hell and back. Basically, that's what he looks like. Of course, every part of the monster fight just looks smooth, heavy hitting, because those scenes where Godzilla and King Kong are fighting, they look interesting as heck, and I loved every part of them. Now, my theory was that King Kong would win. I'll take the L. Yeah, yeah. I know you're like, oh, but Godzilla's like, better than King Kong. I'm like, I think so as well, but I have faith that Kong could, do some damage because he's a monkey. He can grab stuff. He can throw stuff, and he did definitely do that. But it was his lack of experience that really got to him, because Kong has not had the intense battles that Godzilla has been through, and Godzilla does not have the amount of variety in combat as King Kong does. Man literally had an axe made out of a dorsal plate, bro. Like, how more cool can you get? So yeah, if you want to see my summary, I'll upload it. You can check the video right there, or you can check out the video. It's around here somewhere on the channel. So yeah, go watch it. I basically talk about the movie, and that's pretty much it. The movie is pretty long. It's very. I had to go into some details, but I didn't go into many. So you can watch the movie and you'll be like, I did not know that part. So you can just still do that. Okay, back onto the plot. Or back onto the review. I never had an issue with those guys, and Mechagodzilla looked hecka awesome because the details on Mechagodzilla are phenomenal, with not only the static electricity charge going through Mechagodzilla's body, but also with the little minute details of the rocket boosters or of all the tech that's on Mechagodzilla being activated. Because Mechagodzilla is basically taller than Godzilla, stronger than Godzilla, and has a lot more tools than Godzilla. He's got he's got jets on his back. He's got missiles, most likely, hopefully, machine guns somewhere around his body that just laying damage and bullets and may either cause distraction and such. That giant laser beam in the center of his mouth, and his static charged hands. He was smacking Godzilla around like he was a chew toy, bro. he was just clapping them both too. But as soon as King Kong joined the fight again, Mechagodzilla was doomed to die. Now, we don't get a sense of what in the heck is going on inside the Hollowed Earth. We see in the throne room that it's big, but there's something inside of it other than, a throne. Maybe like a city or a town or a whole, maybe a whole cult of Kong. I don't know. Kong seems to develop a lot of cults. I'm just kidding. But, sort of, I guess. Eh. Could be either one. And either a kingdom or a cult of Kong. So, I'm just putting out theories out there. I believe that maybe ancient humans used to worship Kong and the as their protector in the hollowed earth, and the humans, hailed Godzilla on the surface, or either that or someone else, or the other Alpha Titan, that existed before Godzilla. And Kong's ancestors were probably the rulers of that place, so they really would have been worshipping Kong's ancestors. It's a lot to take in. Kong has a lot of ancestors that had rivalries with Godzilla's. I don't know. So let's get into some other details. What else could we do? Yes, the axe. So from what it appears to be, the axe is basically a dorsal pin. Basically, it's a bone club with a dorsal pin or dorsal fin inside of it and wrapped around with string or massive either leather string, but it's basically tied to a bone. A dorsal plate is tied to a bone. That's what it is. Now, of course, this dorsal fin has the ability to. It still has some of the abilities that Godzilla has because Godzilla's dorsal fins have radioactive elements in them, and so does this part of the axe. It has a very weird way of generating infinite clean energy through the either newest Godzilla using his energy. I'm not sure. It could just be that correlated and not causated, or correlation and not causation, or it could be affected by Godzilla. I do believe it is because, well, it absorbs Godzilla's power, so when it probably can sense when Godzilla's around. That's what I think, at least. So, the axe has the ability to absorb Godzilla's atomic breath. Absorb it like, I don't know, how a tank absorbs damage. It basically takes it up, and then Godzilla, or not Godzilla, King Kong was able to use it to slam it on his head and cause a huge blast, which knocked them both out, or away from each other. Now, let's get into the who win what. So the first round in the water, obviously, with one of the most horrendous fails of King Kong, gets absolutely annihilated. That guy just got clapped, no cap. Round one, finisher, almost finisher, fatality mode. So yeah, that was a bust for Kong. The guy had it handed to him. He was in the water, completely surrounded by ocean, which was a benefit for Godzilla, and with a lot more experience in water fighting in general, Kong didn't stand a chance in the water with Godzilla. That's what it is. But when they went on land, King Kong at least had a somewhat okay performance. Of course, still being surrounded by mostly water did put a dent in his abilities. But of course, round one was a complete failure for Kong, and it goes to Godzilla. Ring ding 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 ding. Okay. So, Kong. Oh, well, the second round, which was probably it's held in Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, we got the second round for Godzilla and Kong himself. Now this also ended with this one I think ended with King Kong winning, as said by the humans in the movie. Kong just won round two. That's evidence. Evidence. Grab it and put it out. Yeah, Kong won the second one. Now the third one, yeah, Kong got slapped. yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dude was almost dead. He was almost dead. Like literally. Like literally, his heart was failing, bro. His literal heart was like, I can't take it anymore. I'm dying. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Then of course, there comes Mechagodzilla's fight. So round one and two. So round one goes. Round one and three go to Godzilla, and round two goes to Kong. God, Kong, Kong had some Kong was able to lay down a heavy smackdown, but he wasn't able to overthrow Godzilla in any way possible. But the fourth round with Mechagodzilla was very interesting because Mechagodzilla was holding his own for a while, a way long while, against two of the strongest Alpha Titans around. Now that's scary good at being a Titan. Of course, his technology gave him the advantage, along with his also experience, because inside of that metal head, he had a Ghidorah's brain. So it was expected that he would be at least experienced at fighting. Sorry, I'm getting tired and my brain is shutting down for the night. My vision's getting fuzzy. Sorry, guys. So my brain might not be working for a little bit. Let's go right there. Oh, there we go. You like my room? Don't answer. It's rhetorical. Okay. So yeah. What can I say more? It's just a bunch of monsters slapping each other, uh, blasting each other. Oh, wait a minute. That's round 4 and 5. Yeah, so the fight against Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, Godzilla got clapped. Instant slapped. Bow! Out of here, literally. Dude literally got smacked by Mechagodzilla and was like, okay, I'm weak, I'm weak. Yeah, well, yeah, like they both had a laser off with Godzilla using his atomic breath and Mechagodzilla using his weird laser atomic breath thingy, and Mechagodzilla completely outclassed Godzilla. Godzilla was on the floor dying, bro. So the tag team fight ended up with, you know, they tag team. It's pretty much game over for Mechagodzilla. He held his own for a while, but with King Kong and his axe, and Godzilla had the ability to enhance his axe in a way. Godzilla realized that Kong was in trouble and was in risk of losing an eye in the movie because apparently the tail of Mechagodzilla can just turn into a spinning Beyblade and almost pierce an eye out, and almost pierce the eye of King Kong out. So yeah, Godzilla noticed this and started blasting his atomic breath at the axe, which gave it more power and more force. In which Kong was able to, it was able to help Kong slash away the body parts of Mechagodzilla, like literally, Mega. That boy just cut up his arm, his tail, his chest, and then the last finisher blow, an overhead strike. Bow. Game over. Round 5, I guess. Fatality. Finish him. Pulled out his spine like a Mortal Kombat kill and just went like basically like that. That's how that round 5 fight ended. With Mechagodzilla getting his head and spine ripped out and King Kong just ooh owing out loud for like ever. So yeah, that's how the last fight ended. And so yeah, both had to very much rest after that, and since they both got slapped and clapped, slap and clapped out of the ring, they both had to take a rest. And then comes the ending of the movie, which I explained in my other video, which I think you should go watch, as I do, review, or I also try to bring up some elements about the movie. It also cut a little bit short, mostly because my laptop was being weird. I don't want to get into it any further. It was whack. Whack. Made me cringe. I'm like, oh my god. Almost cried. No, I really didn't. I was like, bruh, come on, man. I was just upset. But yeah. that was my review of it. I liked all the monster scenes. It looked amazing. The human plot and a lot of the, special effects, amazing, bro. The portal to the Hollowed Earth alone gave this movie an, a thumbs up from me. So if you're not into the MonsterVerse, I suggest you begin now because you have a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, go ahead, watch those movies. They're good. Legendary knows how to make some good monster movies. They made Pacific Rim, and they made all the MonsterVerse. They know how to do their movie fights good. Sorry if I'm like bouncing like this occasionally and going like, my legs just are. I'm having a hard time sitting still. It's just a part of who I am. I don't like sitting still for long periods of time. So this has been torture. I recorded a 45-minute video on just the movie in general and my summary of it. And yeah, I might make an analysis later, maybe tomorrow, if I watch the movie again and start to notice small details. But if I do watch the movie again, it'll probably should be like mostly out of watching monster fights. So yeah, that's it for now. Um, Please subscribe and like the video. It helps me out a ton. And and comment down below. I'll be able to notice you. If you're worried about not being able to, like, if you're nervous about it, or if you don't want to, I understand. But if you want me to respond to you, or you want like special, maybe like you want me to watch or react to something, since this is a little different than what I usually do, a little bit. I've reviewed games before. I've never reviewed movies. So please do, do tell me what you want me to react to or review, or in general just do next. I will most likely take a recommendation. I've tried everything, so I want to know what you guys want to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe below. It helps me out a ton. And share if you want. I suggest you share it with other MonsterVerse fans, and they might be able to give their own review of the movie, and comment down below what you think of it as well. Uh, and hopefully, if you're a MonsterVerse fan, we could come up with a theory together. I don't like opposing other people's theories or stomping on other people's head cannons and things like that. But yeah, if you want to give your own your own details in that I might have missed, please do. I could always use more information, and maybe a hopes of making a different video which explains a lot more. So yeah, my hair is scuffed. Don't want to talk about it. It makes me look sus. That's what it does. Anyways, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, yeah. Goodbye.